Hey everyone, and welcome to this week. This week, we're going to be diving into what are some of the things that we need to be able to explore task 4, which is the last test that we have for this semester and this course. So at this point, you've most likely had a chance to either teach your lessons, or you've actually had a chance to teach your lessons and then had a chance to provide the assessment as well to try to figure out what do we know about student learning. If you haven't yet, that's totally fine. We still have lots of time in the semester, but that's kind of where this course is, where we're going to start thinking about that. And you don't have to have any data or anything for task 4 ready for this week. We'll do that the next time we get together in a group. I'm going to ask you to bring some work with you, whether it's the capstone or not, just so that we can, as a group, kind of look at some data and say, hey, what have we learned about student learning? And so for this week, we have a few activities. The very first one I'm going to ask you to do is to do a snapshot reflection. And those are reflections that you're going to be doing for your site professor during the capstone. And so when you're doing these, I've provided you each a slide where you can either add text or submit a video, upload a video from like YouTube or just a straight video that you've done. Just remember that if you do just a video, that your video is kind of constrained to how much we can put into a PowerPoint slide. So I would recommend, if you do a video, to upload it to a streaming service like something like YouTube or something, and then just provide the link. You can also, again, just add text, but I need you to keep it concise. I need you to keep it as a snapshot. So find your slide, add your snapshot reflection. The rest of this session is going to be around feedback and analyzing student work. And so I'm going to ask you to start off today. Just, we talked the last time about this idea of flow. Let's get into the flow. And so I want you to write a blog about providing feedback to students. And I have a whole model blog, an exemplar with questions and prompts that I've submitted, so that you can just get started to think about, how do you think about feedback? The third activity is for you to actually go through and provide feedback to some student work. And so I've provided an assessment, the rubric to grade the assessment, and then 5 pieces of student work. And you can choose either a math or a science. Don't feel constrained to your own content. Choose whatever you'd like. And then I have some prompts for you to do that. And then the last thing for this week is to use those exact same pieces of student work, but this time looking at grading. And so I've provided some information about doing quantitative or qualitative data for assessment, some links on how to use graphs in Excel or Google Sheets. And I want you to go through and I want you to grade that same student work that you provided feedback on. So notice I'm asking you to provide feedback first, privileging that first, and then doing something with grades. And then secondly, I want you to kind of write up just one thing that you've learned about student work. You can choose one example of student work in there and say, what did you learn about their learning? And that's it. As always, please reach out to me if you have any questions whatsoever, and I look forward to seeing what y'all come up with. Thanks, folks.